Hello my lovelies, welcome back to this Finishing Your Art Journal Pages series. This is the last video in this series of taking your pages from midway done to complete. And sorry for the delay in getting this video out to you. I've had an unusual couple of months. So on this page we are going back to my junk journaling. You can see on the left the stack of journal pages which are already started, and I keep those in an envelope folder. The very top one is actually the other half of the first page that we started with in this series. So sometimes I make a bigger background and then cut them up to use for some of my smaller junk journal pages. So to start off on this page, I'm just using lots of my different pens. A Pentel Studio set. I'm going to use some Posca pens, which are kind of like paint markers, and also the white pen is my favourite Uniball, either Signo or Sino, I never know how to say it, and my favourite black pen, which is a Lumo colour. So those are the main pens that I'm using just to get some flow going with this page and bring out some of the details that are already in the background. For instance, there's like a tile looking thing going on at the top right, and that's from some stencils and things like that. So I don't really know what I'm doing with these pages. I never know what I'm doing when I come to do journal pages, but I'm just going with the flow, and right now it is just little details with these different pens. But generally there is a theme for this video. I'm going to show you a few different pages, and it's all about adding words to pages because it kind of fits in with this series that we've had of different things. Like the last one was shapes, so I'm not going to go through the shapes that I've been just putting on here to bring out details in this page, because that was already covered. So it's going to be words in this one. And words are something that generally I will put on every single journal page, even if it's just one word like on this page, or on this next page you're going to see me do. It's an incredibly simple page, and this is not my usual style for journal pages. I usually do a lot more work on a page, a lot more layers, a lot more images, a lot more everything than what there is in this page. But sometimes you just feel like this is it, this is the page done. And that's what I felt like with this received page, so I left it as is. And to be honest, it's been a while since I did these pages, and I cannot remember really why the words elements or received were what I received to put down on the page. If I visited my journal, my written journal, I'd probably figure that out. But I just tend to go with the flow with the words sometimes when they come, because that's what journaling is. It's about practicing being in the moment. To me, almost a form of meditation. I think they call it active meditation when you go walking or you do something that's meditative but isn't just sitting there omming. And that is what journaling does for me. It kind of whisks me up. So sometimes putting words onto your journal page, although a picture says 1,000 words, sometimes a word or two is what is connecting what you are creating with your soul. It's exactly putting yourself on the page in a way that you can be feeling while you're painting. But for me, both forms of expression are tools to be used. They're both there. So sometimes I want to just do some artwork, and other times I want to do just writing. But generally, I like combining them because you've got these things, why not use them? Okay, so I've missed telling you about the fine liner which I was writing with, and I held it up to the camera because I know some of you are going to be interested in that. What that was that I showed you was just a bottle that you buy, and you can put in your own acrylic or water combinations, however you want to use them. So they're an empty bottle that you buy, and they've got a nice needlepoint nib on them to give you a really nice fine line for art or for writing with, so they're quite fun. Another way I like to get words onto the page is via using a different piece of paper. In this case I'm just going to use white, but to make your words pop against the background, because the background of that page is a little bit too busy. If I was to put something or just words on top of that, they might sink into it. So you can use gesso if you want to, just create lines of gesso, or even correction tape does that quite well as well. I'm just going to use this paper, and I really like the look of it. And you can see throughout this and the first page that we were doing as well, I'm just using pens and pencils and things like that to give little added interest. I'm not really going all out here with the artwork, I'm just building upon what's already there, because that's the mood that I'm in, and that is actually a great reason to have around half finished journal pages, is for when you're like me in this mood where you just want to be fast and free and flowing in your art creating. Much as I'm doing now with this chunky pencil. It's just a regular pencil I'm going around the edges of these pieces of paper with, just to give it a bit more grunge and a few more layers. Same with these painting with my fingers. I'm just wanting a little bit more interest with bright colours, because I felt like there was a bit too much pink at the beginning when we started with this page. And the final touches with fine liner going in, and that's pretty much this page done and this series done. I hope you have enjoyed watching me take journal pages from semi-done to completely done. And if you want anything else, come find me on journalworkshops.ning.com. We're soon going to have a new monthly challenge going up there. Not to mention, right now there is also a huge studio sale on Journal Workshops. I wasn't going to mention it, but this time, so I'm going to mention it. It's 50% off all of my classes, 40% off all of my Etsy shop items. Go and check it out. Much love, everybody. Have an awesome day. Bye. If you're not already, come join me on my art community, journalworkshops.ning.com, to connect with other artists, to ask questions, share ideas, share your artwork, get inspired by others' artwork, join in our monthly challenges, our other groups, our other classes, and just to connect with like-minded, beautiful, creative people like yourself. Much love, everybody. Bye bye.